Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia. Y'all kick off your shoes and you set a spell, all right? Now here's your host for the show, the old Kentucky boy himself, Mr. Bob Snap.
Hi, guys, and welcome to the Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia. Thank you for being here. I found this today, and I just thought, well, I've got to share this with you guys. It kind of blew my mind that she thought this way. But that's Irene Ryan. And Irene Ryan was worried she would have tomatoes thrown at her during live performances. Crazy, right? Let's take a look. The character of Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies was known for saying all kinds of wild and unhinged comments to her hillbilly family. From her saying, "I've got eyes like a hawk and ears like a fox and a nose like a bloodhound, but it ain't polite to brag," to "there's nothing wrong with the way I talk, it's the way you listen." There was no telling what Granny was going to say next. Her response, attitude, and humor all helped make Granny one of America's favorite characters on TV. Irene Ryan, who played the role of Granny for 9 seasons, was the same way, although Irene Ryan didn't confront everyone with a loaded rifle or cook up raccoon in her Beverly Hills mansion as her character did. Before she was Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies, Ryan began her career as a song and dance girl in vaudeville and was one of the genre's biggest names at one point in time. Why else do you think Granny was so quick on her feet? She started her career at the age of 11 in radio, which became a springboard to movies and hit series. She became one of the most sought-after character actors in Hollywood. With all of her experience in performing, one would think Ryan had her performance down pat. While that may be true for the later half of her career, the beginning wasn't so smooth. At only 11 years old, Ryan would sing at neighborhood theaters in amateur show, a common form of public entertainment during that time. Her biggest fear wasn't the size of the audience, but what the audience decided to bring with them. During her time performing at amateur shows, many audience members would throw rotten tomatoes at performers they didn't like. Yep, tomatoes, one of Ryan's biggest fears. My mother brought me a lovely pink dress for the occasion. The dress meant a lot to me because I didn't get new dresses very often. Ryan said in a '66 interview with the Independent Star News, "As I waited in the wings, all I could think about was, what if the rotten tomato splatters on my new dress? Someone told me not to worry, that all I had to do was sing loud enough, so I sang desperately loud." Ryan performed in amateur shows for a little more than a year before becoming professional at a young age, with plenty of time to perfect her act. "Luckily, I never did end up on the receiving end of a flying tomato," she said. "But my fear was well-founded because in those days, amateur show audiences really did sling garbage at performers they couldn't stand." But who couldn't stand Irene Ryan? Granny, we could understand, but Ryan herself was one of the best people in show business, even at 11 years old. Every now and then, I'd catch Ted Mack in the original Amateur Hour. Whenever I do, I can't help thinking of how much people have changed for the better, Ryan said. "What I mean is nobody throws rotten tomatoes or eggs at amateurs anymore." If Ryan was ever hit with a flying tomato during her time on the Beverly Hillbillies, it would have made headlines in newspapers across the country. As Ryan grew as a performer, people evolved as an audience members too. "Gongs and tomatoes are no longer an occupational hazard," Ryan said. I can't imagine somebody throwing a tomato at 11-year-old Irene Ryan. That's crazy. That would be crazy. I'd fight. I had a tomato thrown at me once just because it was a mean kid, and I was a grown adult, just a little brat, and threw a tomato, and I'm telling you, hit me right between the eyes. I was never so mad in my life, I'll tell you. Anyway, parents stood up for the kid, by the way. That's all I have for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about Classic TV Facts of Trivia. We're paying tribute to the classic actors from classic sitcoms and TV shows that have passed this year. And Classic Rock and Country Music Facts of Trivia, it's on Leonard Skinner and how they moved on without any original members left. Please check those out. Please subscribe while you're there. Please like this video if you don't mind. Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll be back here on Monday. I appreciate you guys being here for me. I really do. God bless. I'll be praying for you.
Bye.